friends, this video we're going to review the Mazda CX-90 SUV. Had this car for about 2,100 miles over a week. So got to know it and got to take it off-road a little bit, not on purpose, but just how the roads here are here in Alaska. Let's start with what's great about this car. The seat warmer is fantastic. Works great. The climate control is fine. The buttons are very easy, very intuitive there. All that's great. To switch to off-road modes there, that's wonderful. All that's fantastic. The actual seat itself is very comfortable, well designed. The buttons over here by the window are pretty decent. The only issue is this guy here folds the mirrors in, and while you're driving, you kind of freak out going, like where did my mirrors go? But other than that, the controls, the handling is what you expect from a big three-row SUV, so no complaints there. The screen's nice and big. Now let's get to some things I'd like to see Mazda fix. Before I do that, CarPlay works great. I'm sure it works fine for the Apple people, but Android Auto CarPlay was fine. Works okay. It's decent. Now, one thing that drove me nuts for the first couple days is you want to open the hatch, you push it, nothing happens. I'm in park and it won't open the hatch, and it took me 3 days to figure out, because most people when they're in park, they assume they're not going anywhere, they would want to hit the hatch button and they want it to open. No, you actually have to unlock the vehicle first, then hit the hatch button. Kind of a pain. All right, another super annoying thing is when you get to a stoplight and the engine shuts off and the air cuts off every single time. No matter what you do, even on the same drive, you have to hit this button right here to disable the auto engine stop every time you're at a stoplight. Even if you're in the same drive, you go to park, you go in the store, you come out with the engine running, this is still going to disengage. It's so annoying. Mazda, please fix it. Make it permanent. Like, I push it once and I never want my engine to shut off while I'm driving ever again. Ever. Make that happen. That would be awesome. Also, on that same vein, auto hold works great, but you have to press it every single time you go to drive the vehicle. I want the car to stop when I put my foot on the brake and I'm at the light. I'm not moving. I want it to hold. I don't want it to roll along. I shouldn't have to hit this every single time. Please. The cruise control works okay. I don't trust it, so you engage it with this button here, and then you set your following distance there. You set it, obviously we're in park, so it's not going to work, but you'll see the little icon there. Now, I will say, as a Tesla owner coming to this, I don't trust this thing at all. At all. I mean, at all. If I'm 3 miles an hour, I see it's like going to slowly creep up to the next car. At a light, maybe I'll trust it a tiny bit. But there's so often you're on the road, these lines are green telling you, hey, you're good, you're good, you're good. Then all of a sudden, it just has a little notice that says no longer active, and you could just swerve off the road. Obviously, you're paying attention, but I don't trust this thing at all. So it's there, but it might as well not be there, basically. I was able to sleep in this car rather comfortably with the 3 rows of seats folded down. The only issue is there's a little bit of a gap between the second and the 3rd row seats. I don't know why. It doesn't matter how you slide them and adjust them. It's just not perfectly flat. So Mazda, if you can make a nice all the way flat surface or a flap or something that comes down between the two, that would be awesome. All right, let's talk this heads-up display. You can see it here. It's a rainy day. It works great. If it's dark, if it's rainy, no problems. If the sun's shining, which doesn't happen a lot here in Alaska, and you're wearing polarized sunglasses, you can't even see it. So it kind of takes away from that. The other cool thing it does do when it works is it'll show you your next turn using the Android Auto. So, or Google Play or whatever, Auto Play, whatever it's called. Yeah, I think it's Android Auto. All right, let's talk this joystick for selecting things. Really clunky. The UI on this thing needs a major overhaul. Nothing I really like about it. Navigation is pretty much garbage. I mean, just you wouldn't use this at all. If you have Google Play or Android CarPlay, you just use that, because playing around with this thing, trying to find your spot you want to go to, that's not good. Yeah, you can see we're connected to Android Auto. Not user friendly at all. In fact, I don't. They should just use AI and just make it all voice commands, because this is trying to stop songs, and the whole thing is just like early 2000s. All right, and my last complaint about this, let's say you are you're in a parking lot like this. It's not paved, so maybe you switch to off-road mode and you just want to go from here to that garbage can that's bear secure, and it's 30 yards away, and you just want to drive over there, and you don't want to put your seatbelt on. Well, this thing will chime at you and chime, put your seatbelt on, put your seatbelt on, put your seatbelt on. And if you don't put it on in like 10 seconds, it's a really short time, the car basically shuts off, throws on the hazards, it puts you in like Gestapo jail for not wearing your seatbelt for like 4 milliseconds. So Mazda, I mean, yeah, maybe if someone's going, you know, over 15 miles an hour, you lock them up like that. But I mean, come on, man, this is Alaska. There's dirt roads everywhere. The parking lots like this, you shouldn't have to put your seatbelt on to go 10 feet when no one's around. So I get safety, but I mean, it's not like you're driving down the highway. So fix that. So a lot of things Mazda could do to make this car better. On the plus side, I love the paint, not so much this color because it's burgundy, but the red, the best red I've ever seen on a car. That includes Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Mustangs, Camaros, Corvettes. Nobody can touch the Mazda red that's out this year. It's fantastic. Look at it in the sunlight. Just brilliant. This car has a really nice paint job. I don't like it as much. I don't like the deep burgundy color. But man, that red is just fire. So Mazda, you're doing some things really, really well, and other things you just kind of need to scrap and get some user input. And so if you're thinking about buying one of these, just know, comfort, yes. 3 rows of seats, yes, it'll do its job. But the little tiny day-to-day auto hold, the stupid engine turning off all the time, not being able to unlock your or open the hatch without unlocking the vehicle. All these things are just like basic things that I think every other car manufacturer's figured out. But anyway, so thanks for watching this video. It's my review of the Mazda CX-90. Overall, I would not buy it based on those annoying features. If they could fix those or have a workaround to that, I'd probably consider it, because it is very comfortable. It does handle well, especially the off-road. It did fine in some dicey situations in these Alaska roads that aren't paved, but they were technically roads. They just were working construction or whatever, and so they weren't. So friends, there you have it. Like and subscribe for more great content. Thank you.